Here's something nobody ever told you. Right now, while you're watching this video, there are people in Brazil painting their faces green and yellow and crying before a game even starts. There are kids in Nigeria kicking a ball made of plastic bags tied together because they can't afford a real one. There are grandmothers in Japan who have never missed a single World Cup since 1966. There are villages in rural Indonesia where the entire population, every man, woman, and child, stops everything they're doing to watch 11 men chase a ball across a field. And none of them are doing it because someone told them to. They're doing it because soccer is the most powerful shared experience human beings have ever created. For a billion people, that's not a fan base. That's more than half the population of the entire planet. The NFL has 400 million fans. The NBA has 450 million. Baseball has around 500 million. Add them all together, and you still don't reach half of soccer's global audience. So the question isn't why soccer is the world's #1 sport. The real question is, why did nobody ever explain this to you before? That changes right now. Most people think soccer is popular because it's simple. 1 ball, 2 goals, 11 players. And yes, that's part of it. But that's not the real reason. The real reason soccer conquered the world is one word: accessibility. Think about the sports Americans love most. Football requires helmets, pads, a specific field, and at least 22 players. Basketball needs a court and a hoop. Baseball needs bats, gloves, bases, and a diamond-shaped field. Soccer? You need a ball. That's it. No equipment, no court, no team of 22. You can play it alone against a wall. You can play it in a street, a parking lot, a beach, a rooftop. You can play it with a ball made of socks if you don't have a real one. This is how soccer spread, not through television deals or marketing campaigns. It spread because a British sailor brought a ball to a port city in Brazil in the 1800s, and the kids there had never seen anything like it. It spread because colonial soldiers played it in Africa, and the locals were playing their own version within weeks. It spread because it asked nothing from you except the desire to play. Here's a fact that will blow your mind. The country with the most registered soccer players per capita in the world is not Brazil. It's not Argentina. It's not Germany. It's the Faroe Islands, a collection of 18 tiny islands in the North Atlantic with a population of just 54,000 people. More than 15% of their entire population plays organized soccer. In a country where it rains almost every single day of the year. That's not popularity. That's obsession. And it exists on every single continent on Earth. What did the Americans lose? Now, if you're American, you might be wondering, if soccer is this big, why did I grow up thinking it was boring? Fair question. And the answer is actually fascinating. Soccer arrived in the United States in the late 1800s, around the same time as baseball and American football. And for a brief period, it was just as popular. But then something happened. American sports leagues, baseball, football, basketball, were built as business empires. They had TV deals, franchises, merchandise, national marketing. They were designed to dominate American culture, and they succeeded spectacularly. Soccer, in the meantime, was growing everywhere else in the world. But in America, it got pushed to the side. It became the sport immigrants played in the parks on weekends. The sport your kids played on Saturday mornings, but were supposed to graduate from. The sport that was always, almost breaking through, but never quite did. For over 100 years, American culture told you that soccer was a second-tier sport. Not exciting enough. Too low scoring. Not American. And here's the brutal truth. While America was busy convincing itself that soccer wasn't worth watching, the rest of the planet was having the greatest party in sports history every 4 years, without you. The 1970 Brazil team with Pelé. The 1986 Argentina team with Maradona. The 2010 Spain team that changed how the game was played forever. The 2022 Argentina comeback that is already considered one of the greatest World Cup finals in history. You missed all of it. Until now. Because the 2026 World Cup is happening in your country, in your cities. And there has never been a better moment to understand what you've been missing. Numbers that will shock you. Let me give you some numbers. Not to impress you. To make you understand the scale of what's happening right now. For billion. That's the number of people who consider themselves soccer fans. For comparison, the entire population of the Americas, Europe, and Africa combined is around 3.8 billion. Soccer's fan base is larger than 3 entire continents, 211 countries. That's how many national teams are members of FIFA, the organization that runs world soccer. The United Nations has 193 member countries. FIFA has more members than the UN. Let that sink in for a second. $7 billion. That's the projected revenue from the 2026 World Cup alone. More than the Super Bowl, the NBA Finals, and the World Series combined in a single year. 1.5 billion viewers will watch the final on July 19th. In a single day, on every screen, in every language, on every continent. 250 million people play organized soccer around the world. If every active soccer player in the world formed their own country, it would be the 4th most populated nation on Earth. Bigger than Brazil, bigger than Indonesia, bigger than the United States. But here's the number that matters most for you. Right now, in 2026, 16 American cities are hosting World Cup matches this summer. New York, Los Angeles, Dallas, Miami, Seattle, San Francisco, Boston, Kansas City, Philadelphia, Houston, Atlanta, and more. The world is coming to you. The biggest party on the planet is being thrown in your backyard. And now, finally, you know why it matters. The thing that makes football different from everything else. But numbers only tell part of the story. Because the real reason soccer is the world's #1 sport has nothing to do with accessibility, or history, or business. It has to do with something much more human than that. Soccer is the only sport in the world where the smallest, poorest, weakest country on earth can beat the biggest, richest, most powerful one. And it happens. Regularly. In 2002, South Korea, a country that had never won a World Cup match before, reached the semifinals and eliminated Spain, Italy, and Portugal along the way. Countries with decades of soccer tradition, world-class players, and massive budgets. In 2018, Iceland, a country with a population of 340,000 people, smaller than the city of Lexington, Kentucky, played in their first ever World Cup and held Argentina to a draw. Lionel Messi, arguably the greatest player who ever lived, could not score against a group of part-time players. Iceland's goalkeeper was also a film director. Their assistant coach was a dentist. This is what soccer does. It gives everyone a chance. And that chance is real, not symbolic. When your country's team takes the field at a World Cup, it doesn't matter if you're rich or poor, young or old, from a major city or a village with no electricity. For 90 minutes, that team represents something bigger than sport. It represents the idea that you exist, that your country exists, that your people have a voice. That's why people cry. That's why people paint their faces. That's why grandmothers in Japan haven't missed a World Cup since 1966. It's not about soccer. It was never just about soccer. It's about belonging to something. And for the first time, that something is happening in America. In your city. On your street. Welcome to the world's game. So now you know. Soccer isn't popular because of marketing. It isn't popular because people have nothing better to watch. It's popular because it's the most democratic, the most human, and the most emotionally powerful sport ever invented. And the 2026 World Cup, happening right now, in your backyard, is your chance to feel what 4 billion people already know. Tomorrow on this channel, the 10 players you've never heard of who could become the biggest stars of this World Cup. Not Messi, not Mbappe. The names nobody is talking about yet, but everyone will be by the time this tournament ends. Subscribe so you don't miss it. Drop a comment below. Before watching this video, did you think soccer was boring? Tell me honestly. I'll see you tomorrow.